Let's discuss photosynthesis process.
Before, I have told you in the video nutrition in the plants, type of nutrition, autotrophic and heterotrophic. In this video, I will tell you the photosynthesis process. The process of photosynthesis, photo means light and synthesis means the something will be prepared. So photosynthesis means the something is prepared in the presence of light. Plants, they are making their own food. That process is called photosynthesis. While plants are making food, there will be some raw material. That will be carbon dioxide, water, sunlight and chlorophyll. These things are raw material. And photo, that is light. Light will convert carbon dioxide and water in the glucose and oxygen. Now I will tell that from where these raw materials plants will get. First of all, sunlight. Sunlight will get from the sun. So light is traveled by the chlorophyll. Means whenever sunlight will be there, with the light, chlorophyll also present. That chlorophyll will be taken by the plants. And beside this, here given the carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide will enter in the leaves through the stomata. So carbon dioxide it will get from the air. Plants will take by the stomata that is present underside of the leaves. After this carbon dioxide and sunlight, that water is left. That water will fetch out from the soil by the root to the plant. These are the raw materials: carbon dioxide, water, in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, that will convert into the glucose and oxygen. How carbon dioxide are moving inside through the stomata in the leaves, same way oxygen will come out from the leaves and by the stomatas. So oxygen is released to the stomata of the leaf and carbon dioxide enters to the stomata into the leaves. After that, plants food, that is known as the glucose. Glucose is produced and stored in the form of starch. That will be also in the leaves. That's why leaves always known as a kitchen or food factory for the plant. So plants food always prepared in the leaves. Leaves plays very important role during the photosynthesis process. In this way, I have told you the very essential things to the photosynthesis process will be there must be presence of carbon dioxide, there must be presence of water, there must be sunlight and chlorophyll. These are the essential component and we can say essential condition for the photosynthesis. And after the photosynthesis, glucose will be prepared and stored in the leaves.
I made you understand the process of photosynthesis in this video. Now I will tell you the points related with the photosynthesis. Means raw material, how that raw materials are used and converted. Now here given the minerals and water. Minerals and water that are absorbed from the soil through the roots and are carried to the leaves by stem and its branches through the vessel like which run like a pipe. Vessels like means how we have refills and that hollow inside. That vessels are there like that. We can say pipe like or pump like structures which will carry the waters and minerals upside and that will go to the stem and after that stem it will go to the leaves. So minerals and waters absorbed by the roots and where roots are there, there is a vessel like structure which I have told you that hollow refills pipe like structure which will take the water and minerals upside, means fetch, water will fetch by the these vessels. After that carbon dioxide, in the air carbon dioxide is present, that carbon dioxide will moves inside the stomata Stomata is present upside and the downside, means upper side or underside. Mostly stomatas are present underside. Some stomatas are present upper side. So from that stomata means tiny pores, holes on the leaf surface. From that pores, that is known as a stomata, carbon dioxide will enter, and the pores are surrounded by the guard cell, means that stomata which are known as the pores, there is guard cells, and guard cells, there is that guard cells will help to get the carbon dioxide. Stomatas are present, I have told you this, that stomatas are present both side. You can see this picture, it's a stomata picture, and it's open stomata. When single, we will consider single pore or single hole, that is known as a stoma, means singular word, that is a stoma, and stomatas many holes are there. From that stomata, carbon dioxide will enter, and from this stomata only oxygen will release during the photosynthesis process, and water will release by the transpiration. From here only you will see beside that hole, there you can see the half moon structure, bean like structure is present with the, you can see, and of the red arrow, that is known as a guard cell. Afterward you will see the green pigment chlorophyll is present within the chloroplast, and chloroplasts are the structure in the plant cell. The raw material, carbon dioxide and water, enter the green cell having chloroplast in the leaf. Means plants, they have plant cells, and that cells also known as a green cells which are present on the leaves. And there we can say one structure is present, that structure is known as a chloroplast, and chlorophyll is present within the chloroplast, that will use during the photosynthesis process. In next point, fifth point, sunlight is captured by the chlorophyll, and sunlight only, it is the energy, solar energy, which will convert the carbon dioxide and water into the food, and that will be in the form of glucose. Beside this glucose, oxygen also release, and glucose afterward, glucose is converted into starch, and starch is insoluble carbohydrates. Next point is there, sixth, because the synthesis of food occurs in the presence of sunlight, so it is known as a photosynthesis. Photo means light, and synthesis means something will be combined, or we can say something will be prepared, and it is a unique process. Why it is known as a unique process? Because in this process solar energy is converted into the chemical energy. Chemical energy, why we will say there is will be chemical energy? Because raw material, carbon dioxide, water, mineral, and sunlight, chlorophyll, these things will convert into the glucose and oxygen. That's why we will get the new products, that is known as a chemical energy. So these things like mineral, carbon dioxide, green pigments, sunlight, these things are known as a raw material, and how, in which form they are moving inside the plant's leaves, I have told you. I think, I hope that you have understood well. If still you are feeling somewhere problem, you are not getting understand the things, then you will send queries to me.